Welcome back to Xenogears. And this time around, I'm playing with a new controller. For those who want to know, recently I finished up E7, and my old controller straight up gave out on me. But I was fighting it as soon as that happened. So last play I did was E7. I already have the parts made, so posting it will be probably over this weekend. But moving on, let's get back to this game. Ah! Young master! The people of Nissan were most generous to allow us to rent this house, so there would be no need to seek lodgings at the inn for a while. Also, Master Segur wishes a word with you regarding your next move, if he may. Alright, so where is Sig? The good Master Sigurd is waiting for you inside. Okay, thanks, my son. Whenever I come here, it always calms my heart. Anyway, young master, I want to work out what our plans from here on are. Alright. But before we do that, there's something I want to ask you. Me? Yeah. We're all curious. Sig, what's up with you and that Gabler officer? What's the connection between you and him? You know, you sure know a lot about Gabler for some reason. We want to hear this too. Alright, I'll tell you. Me and Kaitan here. But if you really want to be honest, the name is Shitan, but I prefer calling him Kaitan. Anyway, me and Kaitan here. We used to live in Solaris. Solaris? You mean where Gebler's from? That's right. Solaris calls foreigners lambs. They are used as manual labor. Basically, it's slavery. Slavery? Is that where you met him? Yes, it was there. We worked for the Solaris government for a short while, but we learned to dislike their methods and escaped the first chance we had. You were friends with these people? I met you when I was a kid, and we've been together since then. So this would have had to have happened even before then. I probably wouldn't have understood this if I had heard it earlier, but why do you think I could deal with it now? Surely you could have told me about this? Especially when you had something to do with the people who are backing that Shakan idiot. I wish you told me sooner. There's nothing I can do about that now. But there's one thing I want you to believe. We left Solaris on our own will, and for our own reasons. Now they have appeared before us. We can't just sit back and do nothing. If need be, I'll give my life to stop them. Alright, I understand. But could you elaborate a little more? So, first question. Where's Solaris? What bugs me is this surface dwellers thing. It's as if Solaris is in a location, like up in the clouds or something. Yes, well... Xenogears, the capital of Solaris Empire, is located in the skies above. Solaris is separated from the land by dimensional distortion fields known as gates. Passing through the two requires special means of transportation, such as an airship. To get to Aveh, we stowed away on a regular flight to the surface. I came much later than Xenogears did, but I also escaped in the same way. In detail. That is the word Solarians use to indicate those who live on the Earth. Oh yeah, this really sounds like Gundam, doesn't it? As I said before, such surface dwellers or Earth dwellers are used for manual labor there. Manual labor could be anything from soldiers to administrative jobs. Solaris gathers its workforce from the land dwellers. Jobs are divided up by who's most suitable. Sometimes people are brainwashed. Brainwash? When you, young master, were still an infant, I was used as a test subject. There was probably something they valued inside me. You too, Doc? No. I was born in the lower city levels. It's not a complete secret. But I guess I am a Solarian. You see, you still need people to run a country. No matter how scientifically advanced you have no support without people. There are Solarians around. They would not even make up a quarter of Aveh's total population. So they support their country by staying surface dwellers. And who is that man? His name is Karan Ramses. As you know, he's the Gebler commander. Ramses? We call him Ka. But if you replace the K with a C and you flip the letters around, you get Shar. In Solaris, there is an officer training school called Jigind. He became the commander after leaving there. He is a lower level Susu, same as me. However, with his amazing abilities, he was a new type. After graduating, he rose through the ranks with unparalleled speed. Sure as a blowing one. That man had one idea: to achieve a consolidation of all his colleagues. Even land dwellers, if they had talent, were brought into the army. like the Black Tri-Stars. So you two were picked by Ramses? No, we were not picked by him. We aligned ourselves with him. At that time, we agreed with him. At that time, Ramses was our hope. He had high ideals and wanted to change the system in Solaris. To us test subjects and lower level citizens, he was truly all that we wished for. So from what I get, Ramses was a cross between what Char was in the original Kido Senshi Gundam, and he was like Shiroko in Zeta Gundam. Idea-wise. A benefactor? Yes, even I, a test subject, was changed by his ideals. So, really, why did you leave? So, why was it that you wanted to flee from Solaris? You were placed in key military positions by Ramses. And thanks to that, we came to know the relationship between Solaris and the surface dwellers. The lambs, right? They weren't just using us lambs for slave labor. They also selected some of us, like me, to be used as subjects in experiments to refine their drugs. Cybernutypes. Drugs that change people's personalities to make them more aggressive and to draw out their latent abilities. Because the way I see it, from a Gundam standpoint, you got new types, and then there's cyber new types. New types just have natural latent abilities, whereas cyber new types were just that, test subjects. So technically, from what we're getting here, Sig here was a cyber new type. We can also say that in the Gundam universe, Domon Kashu could be considered as a cyber new type. It's like everybody else is a natural new type except for Domon, who's a cyber new type. In that sense. Showing on a carrot here. They were using us as human guinea pigs to test their psychological alteration trucks. Human guinea pigs? Experimenting on humans? Yes, for example. Drive. That drug, and all others like it, that are used now, are byproducts of human experimentation. However, the role of such experimental subjects was not limited to just that. This drive drug is something that anyone in the Solaris Army can use. At least anyone in the Gebler forces who was sent to the surface. You're worried about her, huh? I saw some in her room. No. Anyway, using slaves as guinea pigs. How low are these guys? Damn! I understand. I think I get most of it. Oh, my son! Go reserve the town hall for us. We'll finish talking there. I'm going outside to get some air. Dak. It's like, Dak, that's some crazy bullshit I just heard. You're gonna hear a bit of carrot showing in the background, but for my part, I'm still recording, so. I did pick up some on the way back from getting dinner for the family. Nothing special, just a couple of sandwiches, because we're gonna have one hot ass summer. It's been raining almost constantly here in California. So you definitely know what that means. You're gonna have a hot ass summer. Oh, wait. You know, in retrospect, when I first played the game, I never really paid much attention to the story. Of course, I was younger when I first played the game, but once I played through the game, it did make me think. So me then versus me now with this game, it does put everything in retrospect because of well, for the most part, the influence that the story had and what influence the story has made over the years. Excuse me. Now, mind you, this run that I'm doing, I can tell you this right now. Don't expect so much from this. You know, me getting all the good weapon, all the good stuff, the rare stuff. So it's like I get it when I can. If not, you know, I have replays to use. Replay saves to use, so therefore, if it means I can get it, I can get it. It just won't change the course of the game whatsoever. It'll just be done in backup saves. I had no idea Sig has such a past. Are you still suspicious about Xenogears? Well, I mean, it was just so sudden. I kind of expected to hear something different, like we were childhood rivals or something. But that's nothing compared to the story he just told us, is it? So hearing his story has you confused because it was not so simple. There was a time when he was cooperating with one of the Ghibli generals. Furthermore, behind Ghibli, there was a country that you had never even heard of. Hey, what are you picking on me for? No, I am not picking on you or blaming anything on you. What I'm saying is this. If you think about how he feels, then you could then you should see why he could not talk about this with you till now. Looking at the activities of Solaris toward other countries up until now, it has never gone beyond simply maintaining their own empire or self-preservation. And as you have seen, their military power is immense. So Sigurd was probably thinking ahead. First, he was probably concentrating on taking care of the problems here on the continent of Enos. Once things were settled here, it would give him a stronger foundation to deal with Solaris later, which is a much better plan than rushing straight into a war he knew he could not win. Quite logical, really. Sounds like you understand one another pretty well. Well, it is not like we are newly acquainted, is it? And we had talked about a lot of things up until we decided to escape from Solaris. Speaking of that, why did you leave? That Ramses guy was supposed to be a star of hope or something, wasn't he? Yes, I certainly thought so at first. But then I realized his way of thinking really was not that much of a change from the previous system. Basically, the only difference was whether they stressed people's rank and class or their skill. The words had changed, but it was still no different from what Solaris itself had been doing until then. He had no intentions of bringing everyone a better way of life. In other words, he's an elitist. I don't think I like him much either. Nobody likes elitists. And that's the reason why I kind of shun speedrunners, because they feel, they feel like elitists is like, oh, I can beat this game faster than you. Like, man, I don't care for that. I mean, that just takes the fun out of playing a game right there. So, Captain, you think I can beat Gilbert? Why? Are you planning on fighting him? As long as they're working with Shakan, there's no way around it. The way things are going, I'm sure we'll have to fight them sooner or later. I suppose so, but even if we were to defeat the Gebler forces here, there's still Solaris to deal with. If we are not careful, it is possible that we may get involved in a longer war than that with Shakan. Do you not agree that continuing the way we have been going is rather hard on everyone? I think it is time we try to get help from a greater number of people. So defeating Shakan's not going to get rid of the likes of Gebler. I know what you're saying. I know what you're trying to say. To vanquish Gebler, first gain thy throne, right? You could put it that way. What do you mean, you could put it that way? But then again, maybe this time I did something about that. Oh, you will indeed do something about that. Well, yes, it is true about the Royal Pirates, yes. We're members of the Skies of Arcadia. Yes, that is soon going to be on the channel. More likely it's going to be the GameCube version, if not the original Dreamcast version. Now, let's say if you get this, it is worth your time. But really, it's for a limited time, but you don't have to get it now. You can always get this later. The Ether Doubler. And these are for people like, say, Ellie. That's the only person I know that can use Ether or Ether. So keep in mind that if you want to get this, it's good to get it much later, not now. Especially if you don't have the money to spend it. Studio. Well, this is Faye's in the neck of the woods. At one point, he was an artist. So give me a moment while I see where the hell I'm going. So now it says to say after saying I understand and you're supposed to go somewhere else. So give me a moment. This is the town hall. It's across from the shop. Never knew that. I went to the tool shop to borrow a table. The owner said, if we need anything for the young master, just ask for it. I'm grateful. When I was a kid, I borrowed stuff from there and got in big trouble. Borrowed? What'd you take? A toy boat. Yes, a toy boat. A toy boat. I think that's what it was. A toy boat. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. I put fireworks in it and let it float on the cathedral's lake. I always used to play Navy. I'm not sure, but I think I pretended the lake was the open sea. And I was the fleet commander. Anyway, forget those old stories. We should get started. First, Gebler's the big problem. Yes, Valens is headed toward achieving his goals. That he is now the commander of Gebler is proof of that. A normal man could not progress so quickly through that country's organization. And now he is presently located here in Ignis. Frankly, the situation is not very favorable. We need to somehow find a weak spot and attack it with all our might. First, let's just concentrate on Shakan. Once he's out of the way and Aveh is safe again, we can think about how to deal with Gebler. With our present strength, we should be able to hold off the Royal Guard forces. The problem is how to deal with Gebler in the meantime. They'll most likely move at Shakan's request. They're not just gonna sit by and watch quietly. May I have a look at that, please? In short, we want Gebler to leave for a while. At least until we are able to take back the royal capital, Bledevik. These are the Gebler units currently in Aveh, correct? The Western Guards. The Royal Capital Defense Force. And units along the front line at the border with Kislev. There are three main groups. Each is made up of a mix of Gebler and Aveh forces. Only two of these are very large. The Royal Capital's defense units and the Kislev border units. The Western Guard along Nissan's border are a little more than a civilians team. In order to recapture the Royal Capital, it will be necessary to draw these defense units away from Bledevik. We have some Kislev-made gears, correct? Yeah, we captured some earlier. What if we use those gears to make a raid on the Western Guards? Here at the border of Nissan. I see. We'll draw them out by making it look like Kislev is invading Aveh. But the problem is, will attacking the border guards be enough to set the center in motion? To be sure then, Nissan will just have to appear to align with Kislev. If they see it that way, they'll certainly make a move. You're saying that you intend to use Nissan as bait? Doc? Shakan is very sensitive to Nissan and Kislev's actions. If Nissan starts moving, he'll probably leave it up to Gebler, but... Of course I do not. Excuse me. Of course I do not wish to do that from the beginning. But looking at the situation, we have to be willing to go that far. First, we infiltrate into the capital. To take out Shakan, we'll have to meet up with our agents already in the city. we are forgetting one thing. The frontline units along Kiev border. Hmm? The main strength of Aveh's fleet is the battleship Kefenzel. It's been in the service since the reign of the last king. Because of its firepower, the whole unit is nicknamed the Invincible Fleet. I recall yesterday's intelligence report said that the ship is near the border. Excuse hiccups. Damn! That's put everything in jeopardy. Do not feel so down. I simply wanted you to see the current distribution of force in the air. Even in the worst case that they do come, it will not be such a great problem. What do you mean? I have some additional information about Aveh's border fleet. The former Aveh Supreme Commander was transferred there. Not really transferred, more like demoted. His name is Vonderkrom. You don't mean the Vonderkrom that was in Jugend? Okay, sir. Young one. He has not been able to adapt to the change in tactics, particularly following the introduction of gears. He's a man who will never stray from his dependence on large naval guns. You mean he's stubborn? He's all size and no real military power. An excellent target for pirates. See? Lu Bu. Thank you. Young master, this is not going to be an act of piracy. Just kidding. Actually, the number of gears assigned to the fleet seems to have been reduced. Even with that, how gallant of him to be so self-righteous. Is he that much of a musclehead? It'll be fun taunting him. Young master! I know! Anyway, Kaiten, do you think he can strike our gear forces? It is not a problem. Even with Vonderkrom, we have enough forces left to pull off the feint. However, it would not be wise to underestimate our opponents. Well, now that we know what we're up against, here's what we'll do. Apart from our main units heading for Blodovik, we must keep the fleet at Kiev border from returning to the capital. So you're suggesting we have an 8 unit? A few effective soldiers to hold the enemy at bay. Small force at best. Small force? What if Faye leads a group of gears there? Me? Hold on now, there's no reason to involve you all in this. I'll do it. Yes, let me do it. When do we leave? Are you sure? We've come this far. Hey, we're friends to the end now. Speed is everything. We should do this as soon as possible. Alright, tomorrow! I am truly grateful. Faye. Kite. Yeah! There's no way we can lose! No one will die in vain! Or Maribia. Well put, young master! So, next day. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to stop here, and in the next part, we actually continue and go from there. So stay tuned. More of Xenogears right after this. Thanks so much for watching.